part of the repair has been to clean up this part of the action. I guess I call it the action. It's the lower half to the piano. So that's what one is, the last of 8 that I pulled out to clean today. But this is a spring, or it acts as a spring, that wire under tension. So I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there's corrosion on that. So with my little scratch pad using a cutting board, what I'm doing is I'm placing it like this, then scouring that surface, flipping it over, scouring it again, putting it on the edge like such, then using the pad, rubbing back and forth to clean up that surface before lubricating this joint right there, and then sticking it back into the machine. This spring, or this, actually coincides with the part of the hammer shank right there. It slides up inside of there when done. I believe I pointed this out before, but that is this right there. So anyway, starting out with a clean surface. Steps to remove a hammerhead from a busted off shank. I think I had repaired this at one time using a wooden dowel, and then I used some shrink tubing and then put this sleeve, this plastic sleeve over it. That's why the bulk was on there. So anyway, in order to facilitate the fix, I got to pull the dowel out of here. So this is a little press in order to get the dowel out. You can now see that I was able to press out the end of this dowel that I had formed in order to make this fix years ago. I don't remember when. On to removing the pin from here, from this flange, and substituting my flange, actually this one right here, for this one right here, and then pressing the hammer on the end of the shank. Using the press, the other side of this, pressing the pin back through the flange, making sure that the number is on the correct side. It's the 86th key, I believe this is. Anyway, I had to go back out to my garage, use my vise, and then I pressed on, or actually tapped on that hammer. I'm going to put a touch of glue on here before I put it back into the keyboard. After making a quick trip to the garage, in order to tap on this hammer till it bottomed out where you see the dowel head there is in the center, making sure that this hammer aligned with the shank and with this actuator. And I used this tool, the other side, with a press right there to squeeze the pin back into place of this flange, making sure that the number, which is 86, was facing up. Time to put this back into the keyboard. I finally got the keyboard all done, keys replaced, and I am placing it back into the piano. But anyway, I am about to secure this, put the lid back in place. I'm not using a GoPro or some other device, I'm just using my camera. I've got the keyboard back in place. I'm now about to put this piece of trim. You can see these dowels, those pins that line with the holes here, there, and there. So this should just drop into place, hopefully. And then this block, there's one left and the right side. There's this, I'm not sure if they put a peg. I think there's a peg that they put in there through the side. Yeah, you see that right there. That aligns with this groove that's down here. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, bad lighting. But then there's a pin that lines up with this slot right there. So this should just drop into place if all goes well. Famous last words here. There. And then on this side, sorry for the delay here, let's see if this one goes in a little bit easier. You can see the groove down there. And the pin lines up with that slot right there. Should just drop down inside there as such. Now for putting the front drop handle on place, or whatever it's called, the lid, if you will. And now I have the lid in place. See, Leipzig, this is in Germany, that's where this piano was made. Factory evidently was bombed during World War II, destroyed everything. A lot of dust on here. But anyway, that is the lid. Got it back in place. This music rack isn't right for it, but it does work for this piano. I am going to be opening up the lid, cleaning the strings, and then trying to tune it a little bit by ear, not with a tuning fork or any other device. But, yep, definitely out of tune. Oh boy. Definitely out of tune. It's been sitting since 2005 when I moved up here from Florida. So I'm hopefully going to be getting this running in playing condition pretty soon. Today is, I believe, the 15th. I am in my, what used to be a dining room, it's my piano room. Cleaned it up a little bit around here. But anyway, as of today, keyboard is in, cleaned up the top a little bit, and I actually tried tuning this, and it probably sounds miserable over the phone. But acoustics in here, of course, are bad and everything else, but tuned it by ear. I think I got fairly close. It's been sitting since about 2005. I really haven't done anything with the piano. So after 17 years, I've got all the keys working. Strings are adjusted a little bit. And I'm sitting down to relearn how to play things like Whispering Hope. Does anybody remember that one? About, you hear about it all the time. Clair de Lune by Debussy. So on and so on. Chain Melody. Anyway, those are the kind of things that I've got sheet music for that goes back way before the 70s, I think. Billy Joel, that was after. So a little bit country, a little bit, well, not really rock and roll at this point.